Welcome, everyone. I'm going to give you another little tour with some information about the theater and the stage that you might not always have or see. And this one will include stage directions. So if you've got some little kids around who might take a theater camp or something and they've learned that in this summer, you might show this to them because this is meant for that. So I'm right now in our scene shop, and one of the neatest things about the scene shop is there's paint all over the floor, so we can kind of tell by the floor what show it was painted, and it's a nice history of that. The big door that you're seeing right back here is so that we can load in sets from stage all the way out to here. Many of our rentals have their shows on stage while we have our sets in here that are being built, or even very large musicals may require all of the space over there and still need more space for sets, and they would live in here. So we're going to cross through the door, and as we cross through, you're going to see our shell towers. This is for our orchestra and bands and things like that. So they entirely surround any musician to push the sound out towards the audience, and that big black thing is our shell tower lift as well. That helps us move those massive things all around the stage when we're out here. As we go onto the stage itself, you will notice in the last videos that we've had, you would have noticed that the stage floor looked a little bit different. It is now complete. We have done, our entire stage has been ripped up, re-leveled, and put back down and repainted, and we couldn't be happier. It is now done and complete. So let's get right to the stage directions. Stage directions are a way that a director can communicate to actors and crew and different people so that they know where to go on stage and what they're talking about. This set of language was developed, and here's the important key. It is developed from the actor's perspective. So if I am the actor, I would always know that if I'm told to go upstage or downstage, it's from my perspective and not from an audience's perspective who might be looking at the stage. So right now, I am standing at the farthest downstage position that I could. And if I go backwards, I would be walking upstage. And the reason it is called downstage or upstage, that's because during the Middle Ages, the structures of the theaters themselves were actually built on an angle. So if I was standing at this location on a stage, I would be standing actually down. I would be lower. So I was downstage. And if I was up here, I would actually be up. So right now, I'm standing downstage center. If I go this way, I would be going stage left, because as the actor, my perspective is the left. So I am now standing downstage left. And if I back up, I'm going upstage. And at this point, I am at the mid-stage point. And now I would be at upstage left. Our stage is sectioned off into quadrants, basically. You've got stage left, where you've got a down, mid, and up. You've got a center, where you've got a down, mid, and up. And you've got a right, where you've got a down, mid, and up. That is what stage directions are, and that's how they are used when we communicate with actors. Some interesting things about our language as well that we use is we use a lot of maritime language, and that's because, for example, the word crew. Well, there's a crew on a ship, right? And the floor I'm standing on, it's called a stage floor, right? But it's also, its other name is, we call it the deck. So this is the deck. If you're going to sweep the deck, you're going to come out and sweep this before the show starts. The reason for this is the people who worked on the ships, they were strong and great human beings who were able to do all these things that theaters then also needed people to do. They needed to pull ropes, and they needed to push things and pull things, just like you needed to do on a ship. And that's why much of the language and the etiquette that we have in theater is also mirrored in maritime. So that's an interesting fact for you. I want to talk to you also about this pit that we're on. This is a pit lift, and I don't know if you can see it in the video or not. There's a little crack right here, and this whole section that I'm standing on right now can actually lower down and raise back up with just the push of a button. This was some amazing technology when it first came out. Some of the first stages like this can be found in Radio City Music Hall, where an elevator company actually designed their entire stage, so not just a section like this, but much of their stage to go up and down like this. And how theater has helped our government and our world is that this technology is something that was used to develop the first airplane carriers in World War II. And in fact, the old lore at the Radio City Music Hall is that during World War II, the government actually sent people to guard and secure the basement of Radio City Music Hall so no foreign entity could get the technological advance that they had gotten from that theater. So that's a bit of fun information for you. We're going to sweep around a little bit because I know in our other videos we also talked about some of the other work that we had going on. And you'll see right behind me over here, in the middle, we've got a massive tower set up, and that's because we have our new projection system that is being installed, and that is well underway, and we're excited to have that just about completed as well. So that was another tour of our theater. Stay tuned, look for more of these. We're going to keep pumping these out while we're in this intermission. We can't wait to share some more. We're going to show you other videos of different locations coming up in the future, including some architectural reasons why the lobby is designed the way it is, and we'll take you into our black box and our dressing room spaces where you don't always get to see when you come to a show. Until this intermission's over, we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.